Hey everyone, welcome to Frosting Your Gravy. Today's recipe is for delicious lemon blueberry breakfast cake, and the inspiration for this cake came from June of 2024 Taste of Home cooking magazine. My Papa Bear gifted me a subscription to this amazing magazine. I've been a Taste of Home fan for many years, and now I'm excited every time a new issue gets in my mailbox. And so this one arrived yesterday, and as I was looking through, look at this. It's a coffee clutch cake. It's a sweet blueberry Kuchen. Kuchen is German for cake. And when I saw the picture, it looks so luscious, so delicious, that it actually made me remember that in my collection of recipes, I have a recipe for blueberry, but mine is kind of kicks up notch in a flavor with the addition of lemon. So it's a lemon blueberry, and yeah, there's a full recipe for it. And as I'm not following the recipe from the magazine, which I'm sure the recipe is fantastic, and one of the times I sure am going to try a recipe from the magazine, but today we'll show you, share with you my recipe from my collection, and I hope you guys will enjoy and make your own. And please give us thumbs up if you enjoy the videos that we put out. Please consider subscribing to our channel and share our videos. And if you made the lemon blueberry breakfast cake from this recipe, we would love to hear from you in the comments how that turned out, how your loved ones enjoyed it. But this is done, and my kids are excited to have a slice. So it's time to cut a piece. Let's see, let's do a bigger one, because when your kids are hungry, especially those growing kiddos, a little tiny piece won't do. Okay, got it through. And as I mentioned when I was making it, I left about 1/3 of it without the streusel topping for a child who is pretty particular about textures. So if you wonder why part of it is not covered in streusel topping, that's why. All right, this one I'm gonna cut into thirds. Look how like it's going through just like a knife through soft butter. Guys, this is a trusted recipe. You can make it into muffins if you like, but I prefer, instead of filling up muffin cups, I just bake it in a 9x13 and then cut the slices the size that, you know, everybody prefers. Small, big, you decide. Let's pull it out and give it a go. Today's recipe is blueberry breakfast cake, a good alternative to blueberry muffins. And on top of our coffee cake is a streusel topping. And to make the streusel topping, we have half a cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of sugar. Give it a stir to combine it really well. And to this, I'm adding half a stick or 1/4 cup of cold butter, cubed. I cubed it so that it's easy to incorporate. And now, just using the fork, I'm going to mash the, well, this is not an eating fork, this is one of those more like serving forks. So using a large fork, mashing the butter into the flour sugar mixture to create crumbs. It will be sandy mixture, but the size of these crumbs we kind of want to keep not completely fine, but pea-sized crumbs. So when we mash, we don't want to mash it all like completely flat. We want to leave some of those buttery pieces kind of larger. There we go, like this. And while I will be making the breakfast cake batter, I will store this in a refrigerator so the butter doesn't melt and remain its beady texture. And now I'm going to make the batter for the lemon blueberry breakfast cake. And for the batter, I'm going to take 1/2 of a stick of butter or margarine. Today I'm using margarine, but for the streusel topping, I'm using butter because I like to taste the flavor of butter on the top. So here is a 1/4 cup of soft room temperature margarine, and to it I'm adding a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil and 1 cup of sugar. And now you have an option if you wanted to go really fast. If you're in a hurry in the morning, you can use an electric mixer and just combine everything together, or a wire whisk, or like I'm doing today, I'm using a large fork. Now that this is all combined, we need to add a pinch of salt to balance out the flavors, 2 large eggs, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Combine it all together. Lightly whisk it all together like this until the mixture whitens. And to prepare our berries, right here I have frozen blueberries, and the amount is I would say about a cup. I'm not sure, I didn't measure it out. I just pulled out some and put it in a bowl. It's not that significant. You can have a cup and a half. You can have 3/4 of a cup of blueberries, whatever you have on hand the day you're baking. And to the frozen blueberries, I'm going to sprinkle some flour. This is about a tablespoon. And stir it together to coat the blueberries. Just like this. This will help for the blueberries not to give off too much juice. I'm going to return the blueberries to the freezer. They need to stay frozen up until the moment of adding them to our batter. It is time to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And now to this mixture, we're adding 2/3 cup of milk. Give it a quick stir. And 1/4 cup of lemon juice. To this, we also need to add zest of 1/2 lemon because these are lemon blueberry muffins. The zest will add wonderful flavor, but unfortunately, I don't have a lemon to zest in my kitchen today, so today it's without it. Our oven needs to be preheated to 350 at this point. Nicely coat with butter a 9 by 13 baking pan and set it aside for now. Now it's time to stir in the flour, and with the first cup of flour, I'm going to stir in 1 heaping teaspoon of baking soda. Sift it through. Dry liquid ingredients. It's becoming bubbly. It's perfect. It's because soda is reacting with the acidity of the lemon. right away, quickly sifting in the second cup of flour, 1 heaping teaspoon of baking powder, and sift it all together. Our leavening ingredients already working. Stir in half a cup of flour. And you don't want to over mix. Remember the rule, when it's a bread, we need, and the more we work with the dough, the better our bread turns out. For cake and muffin batters like this one, the less we stir, the less we disturb that gluten in it, the fluffier and lighter our muffins and cakes will come out. So when we mix this, we need to just barely combine till it's all smooth and we're done. Okay, the consistency is now perfect. As you can see, it's very lazily falling off the fork. And now we are taking the blueberries and just add them in. This is where all of the amazing flavor is. Okay, and now I'm taking my hand and spreading the streusel topping. You can do it with a large spoon. And I'm probably going to leave a part of it without the streusel topping just because I have a picky eater child who is very fussy about the streusel topping, doesn't like the texture of it. So just for that one child, we're gonna leave part of it uncoated. You know who you are, child. And to the preheated to 350-degree oven this will go. All right, I've cut out a couple of pieces. I just want to show you guys the texture so you can appreciate the cakey fluffiness. This is not a dense flat cake. If you like fluffy cakes with a good rise, please guys follow the recipe and prepare this cake or muffins, whatever you choose, with this batter. I promise it'll likely become a favorite in your recipe collection as it is in my family. But look at the texture. The fluffiness is like my favorite, and the smell, I wish you could smell through the camera just how buttery it smells because of the streusel topping that's full of butter right there. Whenever you come close to it, then you start smelling the blueberry. It's really good. And I'm gonna show you when you cut through with a fork. Look at that. It's almost like eating a fluffy cake. Puppy, go away. My puppy's curious what's this good stuff smelling so good. Absolutely, guys.